And welcome back again to the Kingdom Hearts 2 Critical Mode Any% Speedrun tutorial. In this episode, we are going to be covering the first visit to Agrabah, but this one is going to be a little bit different because there's actually two different ways to handle Agrabah that I'm going to show you. The first one is what I call the normal wisdom grind. So in this world, we're going to be grinding for wisdom form level 3, which is what gets us the quick run ability. And the first version I'm going to show you is the normal version, and the second is the fast version. I would probably recommend, if you're just kind of getting into the speedrun, going with the normal version. It's a lot easier to handle, it's a lot less rigorous, and it's going to put you in a better place for your experience. But if you are feeling pretty comfortable with the run, or you've been running beginner beforehand, give the fast a try. You will be kind of short on experience come Halloween Town. But if you did well in some of the other parts of the run, you should be able to make up for it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Both versions are going to start the same up until the very first menu that we are going to do. And I'll let you know when the change comes into play. But this first fight, easy death abuse. Just step forward, slide dash the enemy. He'll either give you that quick attack that you just saw him do right here, or he'll give you the slow wind-up spinny attack. Slow wind-up spinny attack loses you like a second, maybe. It's essentially nothing. But just so you know. After that, we're going to immediately go and buy some ethers. So in this run, I was able to buy 11. That's kind of the number you're looking for. If you bought the fire bangle, you'll probably buy 10. Or if your money was bad, you'd probably buy 10. Which is not a big deal. Ethers are pretty plentiful in this run, so it's not something you should be too worried about, too concerned about. But it's just something to keep in mind, keep an eye on. But yeah, buying the ethers here, and then we'll move on. Gonna walk on towards the castle gates, or the palace gates, I should say. And then that's gonna put us right into our first menu, and it's a big boy. So starting off this menu, we're going to back out of the party menu and go into the items and take Aladdin's ethers. He's got 2 ethers here. And if you're feeling low on potions, he's got a couple more that you can take. But hopefully with the 4 you got from Jack, you should be in a good spot. From here, we're going to switch over to Sora's command menu, or Sora's item menu. And then we are going to give him another potion. We recently got a new item slot, and before we were rocking 2 ethers and 2 potions. We're going to add in another potion, so 2 potions, 2 ethers. And then from there, we're going to go into Sora's abilities. I hit R1 and go down, and then press up 2 times to get to Aerial Spiral. Then we're going to press L2 to get to Goofy's menu. We're going to turn on Tornado and turn off Goofy Bash. Boom, boom, boom. And then from there, we're going to go down into the customization. And here is actually the first time where I'm going to give you a little bit of leeway. So I like to customize my menu a certain way. You may like to customize your menu a certain way, depending on which spell feels most comfortable in which spot. But basically, I just want you to make sure that at this point in the run, after you do this customization, that you have Blizzard, Reflect, Thunder, and Ether customized. Where you want to put it, that's up to you, but just make sure you have that. I'm kind of dumb. I like Reflect on Circle, so I put Reflect on Circle and then put Blizzard back onto Triangle, which is kind of silly, but that's just how I do it. Not going to say any more about this. Again, you customize how you want, and I'll be sure to mention that in other customized menus that are going to come up later in the run, that where it goes doesn't matter, just as long as you have these spells customized, basically. So yeah, put on Reflect, Blizzard, Ether, then we switch over to Aladdin's by pressing R2, and we put him onto Sora attack, so clicking X on the Technic attack, and then moving to Sora attack. And then we press R2 again to get to Donald, and just one triangle press is going to move Donald from party attack to Sora attack. And that's the menu. So it is a lot, honestly one of the bigger menus in the game. And now we go into the beginning of normal wisdom grind. So either way, we're going to go right into wisdom form, quick run forward. There's going to be a Luna Bandit that spawns here. You want to lock onto him and then keep quick running. and then get to about this area where I am. These silver rocks are going to do their RC teleport thing over to you. You are going to use that RC to kill this Luna Bandit. So you're going to see them pop up. RC. Watch, I wait for the RC to fully go off so all the damage hits before I go and do the next one. If you do them consecutively, the Luna Bandit probably isn't going to die. So just delaying a little bit. Boom, dead. And quick run our way to the peddler's shop. Then from here we're going to go into the bazaar area. Then just quick run on over here. Get to about where this door is. And you're kind of going to notice I really took a deliberate route to get over to this area. Like, I really went to the side here and then took a hard turn. That's purposeful. What I'm doing there is making sure that the enemies that I passed by at the start of this room despawn, and making sure that we get 3 silver rocks and 1 Luna Bandit to spawn here. And just like we did in the previous area, we're going to lock on a Luna Bandit. And this time, since there's 3, I just go crazy and press triangle as fast as I can. Bam. And also you want to make sure that that last guy explodes before you go into the next room. Sometimes you like throw him a million miles away for whatever reason, and if he doesn't die before you go through the room, you don't get the experience. So just something to look out for. But yeah, go through the door. And we're going to head on over to the Cave of Wonders. In this area, we're going to immediately go into Wisdom form without moving. Gonna do one quick run to get into this middle area where a bunch of silver rocks and a soldier are going to spawn. I didn't do it here, but probably best to lock onto the soldier. You're going to jump, reflect in the air, which is going to trigger when all of these guys teleport, and it's hopefully going to kill as many of them as possible. If it doesn't kill all of them, it's not a big deal. You'll just mash triangle and hopefully throw them into this soldier. And when you do that, killing all these enemies but one, actually, all but one, that will get you level 2 wisdom. So halfway there. So, see me throw it. Boom. Level 2 wisdom form. And then we're just going to quick run on through the Valley of the Stone. And get over to the Abu Escort. During this Abu Escort, I'm doing something kind of silly. You can actually push Abu a little bit. You don't have to. It's going to save you half a second max. If you want to just press triangle and let him move, that's totally fine. It's safer. It feels really bad if you die this segment. I've done it multiple times. So just do what I'm doing right here. Boom. And that's the whole thing. Now we're going to quick run over to the Chasm of Challenges. I revert from Wisdom form, kind of in the same way that we reverted from Valor form in Bailey, just allowing you to get through the door a little bit quicker. And then we're going to start Chasm of Challenges. One thing to note is you'll often see me jump before these platforms disappear. If you time it well and you're falling through the platform as it disappears, you actually fall to the next one a little bit faster because you already have your falling momentum going. It's not a big deal, just something I figured I'd mention. Kind of failed it there though. So we're going to start by provoking one of these ice cubes. And this is going to kind of be the theme for these next 2 platforms, is provoke, and then run to the middle, and hopefully get a reflect that kills all 4 of them. So hit, get in the middle, reflect, and it got rid of all of them. Very nice. This time, I go for the fire dude. These guys, the fire dudes retaliate a little quicker. What are they called? Fiery globes, something like that. Doesn't matter. But attack those guys, they retaliate quicker. Reflect. Bam. This part's RNG. You're not always going to kill all 4 in one reflect. If one doesn't die, clean it up with physical attacks. For this next platform, we have one fat bandit, and what you're going to do is he's going to do either one of 2 attacks. He'll either give you a fire breath or a fireball. You're going to start by running in a circle around him because you want to be prepared for which one you're going to get. If it's the fire breath, you're going to continue running in that circle to avoid the attack. If it's the fireball, though, you're going to guard it and then use a reaction command, which I'll show you in a second. But the reason you want to be running around is, well, one, so you don't die for the fire breath, but two, if he fireballs you, you don't want your party members getting away with the fireball. They can take the fireball, and then you'll fail to guard it, and it's a bad time. So that's why you want to create some space between you and them. But here I'm going to show you the fire breath. So he's going to fire breath, and I'm going to keep running in a circle to avoid it. Maintaining a little bit of space. I don't want to be right on top of him in case he clips me. But I'm going to run around to the back, do one combo with a single finisher, and then go into the full swing RC. And then we're going to come in and do another air combo with 2 finishers, which will kill. And now I take a death here real quick. I'm going to move over to this guy again. Sorry, I'm just skipping through the video to show the fireball version this time. What that's going to look like. So this guy gives me the fireball this time. I guard it, which procs him to get hit. And then I can use this full swing RC. I don't mash this full swing RC. If you mash, there's a chance you'll whiff. So I wait for half a second and then use it, smack him into the wall. 1 finisher, another full swing to kill. For this next platform, there's going to be a fat bandit and a bunch of fiery globes again here. We're going to land, lock onto him, be right on top of him, use a blizzard, then take a step forward and reflect his retaliation. After that reflect, you're going to immediately do another blizzard. So reflect, another blizzard, step forward again, reflect, another blizzard. And this time we're going to do a reflect finisher. And similar to the previous Fat Bandit we were talking about, this guy can either give you a pound attack here, or he can fireball you. If he gives you the pound attack, you can do a reflect finisher and then a blizzard finisher to kill. Bam, just like that. That's the good RNG. If he doesn't give you the pound, if he gives you the fireball, basically what I do is I try to use my reflect finisher at a very specific moment, which is right here, so that if he gives me a fireball, I have a chance to mash out another reflect finisher, which will reflect the fireball, and then I can use the full swing again, similar to the previous Fat Bandit, and then finish him off with another air combo. And going down to the final area, you saw me queue up Trinity Limit because we're going to be using that on this final platform. So I want to make sure I have that ready to go. I get myself to this far wall. It doesn't matter which side of the wall you're on, this side or the other side, doesn't matter. But I get myself to the far wall and position myself right in the middle. So basically that I'm like right in line with where this crown is. Because what's about to happen is we're going to have 2 fortune tellers will spawn. One that's right by us here, and one that's right over here. We're going to do an air combo with 2 finishers on the fortune teller that's nearby. And you need to do this air combo fast, because after I do that double finisher to kill him, I need to land on the ground, reflect, and then go right into Trinity Limit. This guy is charging up an ice attack, and you can reflect it and then use the Trinity Limit to carry the reflect over and hit him with it, which is really, really cool. So I land, reflect, and go right into the Trinity Limit. And you see the reflect is now going off on top of me, on top of him. Kills really quick. 102 is about as fast as you can go in crit. So that's the time you're looking for. Anything above a minute is very good, but Chasm of Challenges is kind of random with, you know, whether or not you're killing all the ice cubes and fiery globes in one reflect, and depending on which RNG the Fat Bandit gives you. But yeah, that's what you want to do. One other thing to note about this air combo, and I've touched on it briefly, but with some of Sora's attacks, you can cancel them early and move into the next attack. So you can cancel an aerial spiral, or aerial spiral hits 3 times, but you can move into the next attack after it's connected twice. So you got to make sure you do that, because if you let it connect the full 3 hits, you're not going to have time to kill this first fortune teller and land and reflect the next one. So make sure you do this combo really quick. Frankly, I mash these first 2 hits, and then I time my 2 finishers. I talked about the importance of combo timing earlier. Once you have combo modifiers, you don't need to time those as much, but timing individual finishers is very helpful. So bam bam, 2 finishers, hits hard, hits fast. And that's the Chasm of Challenges. From here, we're going to go right into Wisdom form once again. Go interact with this thing, and then head into the treasure room fight. So here's where we're going to get our next Wisdom form level up. We're going to start this fight off. There's a bunch of silver rocks here. I wait for a second, come towards the camera, or against the wall here. Basically, all these silver rocks are going to teleport towards me. I'm jumping in the air, and I'm going to reflect them and hopefully kill all of them. Boom. Okay, one was left alive, no big deal. Just use the RC on it and throw it out. Now I provoke one of the ice cubes, and then get myself into the center, so I'm just going to start reflecting. The ice cubes are really easy to tell when they're retaliating, so it's easy to tell when to reflect them because they jump up and come at you. But the fiery globes are a little more hard to tell. You got a lot of fiery globes coming in this next wave, so you got to do your best to see when a fiery globe has been hit and when you need to reflect. So I noticed that this guy got hit by the reflect, and he's going to come back in, and actually an earlier guy even. This guy came and attacked me. Basically just constantly being ready. And they do this little jiggle thing before they do a little kick attack. That's kind of the indicator on when to reflect. And you'll get better with practice on this. And also you saw me get level 3 there. So we've got the quick run that we need. I'm just going to keep on reflecting these guys all the way through. You also notice I switched my command menu from the drive over to the limit. That's going to be important in just a second. So we're going to keep doing this until they're all dead. And once they've all died and the fat bandits have spawned, we're going to pull out Aladdin and bring in Goofy. And then these guys are going to attack. They're either going to do a fireball or a fire breath. Pay attention, the fireball comes faster than the fire breath. So if it's a fireball, be ready to reflect it. We're going to reflect, and then we're going to go into Trinity limit. Only this time, since both Donald and Goofy are here, it's not going to be the solo Trinity. It's going to be the party Trinity. So reflect and Trinity, and I go into the Ultima. So I press square immediately. It's going to knock all these guys around. Then I run backwards to get in position to use a major drive so that I'm connecting with all 3 of these guys. And then a finisher to kill. Boom. So that is treasure room. We have a quick menu here. We're going to go right into abilities. There's a fast way. We're going to be equipping on Sora experience boost and quick run. So what you can do is you press L1 twice. So that's pressing L1 once to get to the bottom. And then you press it again. And then press down once. That gets you to experience boost, equip it, press L1 again, and press down once again, and that gets us to quick run. So that's just a faster way to do this menu. So equipping both those abilities. Then we're going to switch over to Donald, and we're going to turn on Fantasia, which is Comet. Boom. And then we're going to quick on over to the Twin Lords fights, and you're also going to notice that I am queuing up, or soft shortcutting as we call it, Comet as well as Valor form, because after the treasure room fight your command menu is automatically going to be on Trinity limit and Wisdom form, but we're going to be using Comet and Valor form in the next fight, so I am queuing those up as I quick run over there. And then getting my menu back over to limit because we're going to be immediately commenting at the start of this fight. And here are with Twin Lords. So Twin Lords is an interesting fight. As you probably know, you go back and forth attacking the Volcanic Lord and the Blizzard Lord. We start this fight off, the Volcanic Lord is attacking us. I'm going to run towards him, jump, reflect his jump attack, and go right into Comet. So let's see what that looks like. This is a deceivingly difficult fight. So run over, jump, reflect, I have Comet open, and I go right into it. So I land, now I'm going to immediately aerial dive him. And then once I kill him, I use 2 finishers. Once I kill him, I use the Comet Rain, so the final part of the limit, by going to the bottom of the menu and going straight into it. And I'm going to attack this Blizzard Lord. I wanted an aerial dive there. I got a slide dash because I started attacking the fiery globes. That's okay. I was still able to kill this guy pretty quickly. That's instructive because it's your lock-on loves to target the little guys when you want to be targeting the big guy. So you just kind of constantly be aware what you're locking onto and do your best to hit the Lord instead of one of the little minions. So that killed the Blizzard Lord. This Volcanic Lord comes out swinging. So what we need to do is land a full air combo with 2 finishers in order to kill him and move to the next phase of the Blizzard Lord. That's tough to do when he's bouncing, but with good combo timing, you can do it even when he's bouncing. So, boom. That's kind of just practice, like knowing when to do your finishers so that you're not going to whiff on them. I don't think I can give you a wonderful way to time that. A better way to handle this fight would be, or something about this fight is, the next Lord does not spawn until all of its minions are gone. So if I was to kill the Blizzard Lord, but there was still a fiery globe alive, the Volcanic Lord would not spawn. And so what I was actually trying to do when I did this slide dash is I was trying to get an aerial dive on him and kill him before the Comet Rain took out the little guys. And if I had done that, then instead of coming out bouncing, the Volcanic Lord would have just come down slowly and I could have just ran up and staggered him with a combo. But unfortunately that didn't happen here, so I had to deal with him while he's jumping. But yeah, as I said, just doing an air combo on him. Then I know after I killed this guy, the Blizzard Lord is immediately going to come down because all of his little minions that came out, they'll kill themselves on the fire pools. So usually he comes right out. I jump right into an air combo to hopefully target him as all the fiery globes land on the ground. And once I kill this phase of Blizzard Lord, I'm going to go right into Valor Form. And hopefully the explosion from Valor Form will kill any of the little fiery globes that are left. And see how this time, instead of coming out bouncing, this guy came out just standing here? That's because his final little globes died after the Blizzard Lord did. So now just going to come over to this guy. Going to do square, square. So the air combo straight into the finisher and then do a second finisher. I actually clank on this guy, which is unfortunate. But it just goes to show how annoying shit can happen in this fight. So he starts jumping, but that's not a big deal. Jump up, finisher, finisher. Same thing on this phase. And as this guy's bouncing around, I am getting parried like crazy. On that last phase, what you'll want to do is a full air combo with 2 finishers. A lot of times your air hits are going to whiff, as despite these guys having ridiculously fat bodies, somehow they're still hard to hit in Valor Form. So if any of your hits don't connect, the full combo 2 finishers isn't going to kill, and you're going to have to do one last extra hit to kill him. But not a big deal. But in this case, I unfortunately clanked on the Blizzard Lord again. Got hit a lot, so my health is in dire situation. But doing a full combo on him, 2 finishers. And I'm going to potion myself because I don't want to die. Do a full air combo, 1 finisher in Valor Form. There I auto-reverted, but sometimes you don't auto-revert. Sometimes you have a little bit of Valor Form left. So I would intentionally revert and then finish this guy off with a full air combo, 2 finishers. Just like that. That fight's kind of a lot. It takes a lot of practice to get down kind of the rhythm of it, going back and forth between each Lord. But it's honestly pretty straightforward. You know, just do a full combo with 2 finishers basically the whole way. But that concludes the normal wisdom grind. Now we're going to move right into the fast wisdom grind, and this part is going to start right after that first menu we did. So we finished the menu, and now we're going into wisdom form. In the previous normal wisdom grind, we went and killed all the enemies that are here. But in this one, we get to skip over them. That's what makes it the fast wisdom grind. Don't even deal with these guys. And we're not going to deal with any of the guys in the next room either. Or the room after that, for that matter. So because we don't have to deal with anybody in this room, we get to do a little bit faster movement. So instead of going around the tents like I did in the previous one, I'm going to go right into the corner of these tents. I'm going to do a blizzard. You got to aim not right down the middle, but a little bit right down the middle with your blizzard. And that's going to destroy these caravans, and then you're going to be able to just go straight towards the door. Little movement thing. Right through there. Once again, running right through. And same as the previous, going right into Wisdom Form, but this time ignoring the Silver Rocks. This time we're going to go just right to the Abu escort, which is going to operate the exact same way, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip over that. You don't need to see that again. But what's important right here is in the previous version, you saw me revert as I went through this door. This time, do not revert. You need this Wisdom Form that you still have. So we're going to enter Chasm of Challenges in Wisdom Form. Because what we need is to kill these first 4 ice cubes in Wisdom Form. So I'm going to provoke one of them. Here I did a little air shot. You can land on the ground and do the shot too. It's just a tiny bit faster to do it in the air. Provoke him, get myself in the center of the arena so that hopefully my reflect will hit all 4 of them. And I saw this guy didn't die, so I immediately did a shot. You will have enough drive to get out a full combo of wisdom shots, and it's really important that you kill these 4 guys in Wisdom Form. But now we've reverted, and now everything is going to be exactly the same. Provoke the fiery globe. Reflect. Oh, that guy didn't die. Cleaned him up. This time, let's see which RNG do we get. We're running around him. Oh, it's the fire breath. Get behind him. Air combo. Reaction command. Air combo double finisher. Again, you see me jumping through the platform. Now, blizzard. Reflect blizzard. Step forward. Reflect blizzard. Reflect finisher. Blizzard finisher. Just watching this through again, because, I guess. This part is exactly the same as the regular grind. Got a little bit worse luck, so that's why I got a 59 instead of the 102. And now this part of the Wisdom grind is also going to vary. So we killed those first 4, but those are the only 4 kills we have. So right now, we don't even have level 2 Wisdom, let alone level 3. So we're going to first need to get level 2 Wisdom. And we're going to do that by starting the exact same way, starting the fight in Wisdom Form. We're going to jump up and reflect these Silver Rocks. Just as before. But instead of immediately attacking this guy and then reflecting, if I had killed all these Silver Rocks, I would do a full combo in Wisdom Form, so a full shot combo to kill this guy, and then I would revert. I actually got a little bit lucky here that one of these guys didn't die, so instead I'm going to be able to use this shift shot to kill this ice cube. But the bottom line is, in order to get level 2 Wisdom, you need to kill all the Silver Rocks plus 1 ice cube. So that's what I'm going to do first, and then once I get level 2 Wisdom, I'm going to revert and go back to normal Sora. So I revert, and now I'm going to run around a little bit, because what I want to do is I want to get all the ice cubes to spawn, and I want them grouped up. And I'm going to run into the middle, provoke them with an attack. They're going to retaliate. I'm going to reflect, and then I'm going to immediately do a fire. And I don't have fire customized, you'll notice. So I reflect here, and then I'm going to immediately go down, and I'm going to mash and make sure I do a fire. When your reflect and a fire is hitting at the same time, that gets back a ton of drive. If you're hitting all of these guys perfectly, you can get all the way from 1 drive up to 3 in literally just the reflect and a fire. It's kind of crazy. In this case, I don't get quite all the way there. Or actually, in this case, I do. But if you don't get all the way there, it's not a big deal. Just go around and keep doing fires on the enemies until you've hit Valor Form level 3. Don't do any more reflects. Except that first one. So you do this first reflect, fire, and then if you don't hit level 3, you'll just go around and fire the enemies until you do, and then you'll go into Wisdom Form. I got it, so I go immediately into Wisdom Form. I provoke one of the enemies. Actually, no, I don't. I just wait for them to attack. And now I'm just going to be reflecting just as we were the previous time. And with all the enemies that we have left and having level 2 Wisdom Form, so we have got four bars of form, we're going to be able to kill enough enemies to hit level 3. So you see I provoked that guy just in case nobody else was provoked. Noticing that guy attacking me. Boom, there it is, hit level 3. And that's the fast wisdom grind. I'd say the hardest part about this is this treasure room fight right here. That's really the only difficult part. But once you get that reflect fire all down, it's not too bad. But just remember, if you go with this route, you skipped all those enemies, so your experience is a lot worse. So you just got to keep that in mind. But I'm operating this totally the same way. I go ahead and manually revert from Wisdom Form. And the reason I do that is because I'm at 0 drive right here, but by manually reverting, I'm starting to get some drive back. Boom. But yeah, calling in Goofy, reflecting the attack. This time they all fire breathed me, but I still reflected it and went into Ultima all the same. Get in position to major drive and finish him off. So now we go in the Twin Lords fight in the Fast Wisdom grind, and it's actually a little bit different. One thing that you may have noticed that we did here is we went into Wisdom Form twice during that treasure room fight, whereas in the previous version we only went in once. And that brings us to something I don't think I've mentioned yet, which is anti-points. So this run is routed perfectly so that we are never at risk of getting anti-form. Because we used Wisdom Form twice, we're in a bit of a pickle. In order to make sure that we don't get anti-form in Prison Keeper coming up in Halloween Town, we're going to have to do Twin Lords in a certain way so that we make sure Donald dies and then we go into a form. When one of your party members is dead, going into a form will not give you an anti-point. And that will allow us to go into a form in prison during Prison Keeper and not worry. So with knowing that Donald has to die, we have to do this menu a little bit differently. Same thing, turning on Quick Run and Experience Boost, but instead of just turning on Fantasia, I'm also going to turn off Donald Cure. I don't want him to be able to heal himself. I want him to just die. And in the same way, I'm queuing up my Comet and Valor form, and we go into the Lord's fight. So this fight's going to open the exact same way, where I'm going to run up to this Volcanic Lord, jump, reflect, and Comet. Do a full air combo with that aerial dive to kill, going right into the Comet Rain. What I'm going to do this time, though, which I didn't have to do in the previous time, is I'm going to make sure that all of those little fiery globes die before I kill this. Before I kill the Blizzard Lord. And the way that I do that is I don't start attacking him until the Comet Rain starts. I want to make sure the Comet Rain is on the ground and taking out these guys. Now I go into it. And so now that I took out the Blizzard Lord, the Volcanic Lord is coming out bouncing. And what you're going to see me do here is I'm going to intentionally get myself into one of these fire pits. And the reason I do that is I want Donald to constantly crash into it and die as a result. So I'm forcing him into the fire pit before I get ready to attack this Volcanic Lord. So I whiffed my hit there, unfortunately, but it's not a big deal. I finished this guy off on the ground using an upper slash, which is maybe not the way I wanted to go about it. Unfortunately, my finisher whiffed there, so I had to kind of improvise. But I'm keeping an eye on Donald's health. So I've seen he's gotten hit a couple times, and I hear him go, ow, which means he died. And since he's dead, I can go into Valor form with no fear. So we take out the Blizzard Lord with the air combo 2 finishers, and then I can go into Valor form no worries without gaining an anti-point. And now the rest of the fight works exactly the same. Air combo, double finisher. Air combo, double finisher. Doing a full air combo on this guy. Something actually interesting happened here. So, if you remember the previous fight, I clanked on this guy on accident. This time, I'm not clanking on him. This time, my finisher is hitting him. And something interesting is, despite the fact that this guy isn't in play, he can actually still take damage. So when I'm doing this finisher and damaging the Volcanic Lord, I'm also damaging the Blizzard Lord too. This is just kind of luck. This doesn't usually happen, I'm going to say. This is a rare case. But as a result, I actually kill this Blizzard Lord faster than I normally would in the next phase, as you'll see in just a second. He's going to come on over. So normally when I revert and do an air combo, it takes 2 finishers. But this time it only took 1 because he took that extra damage. Weird. Didn't expect that to happen. Wish we knew how to set that up. But that ends Agrabah. I showed you 2 ways how to do it. You can choose which one makes the most sense for you. Hopefully this all was helpful. I felt like my explanations of the Twin Lords fight might have left a little to be desired. But it's a bit of a frenetic fight. You're just kind of reacting to the situation that you're put in. And, you know, keeping an eye on your health, potioning when needed to. Definitely one you should put a lot of practice into. I realize I say that about most fights, but it's true. It's a hard run. You got to practice it. But that'll about do it for me on Agrabah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you learned something, and I'll catch you in the next one.